Hello. Yes, good morning, everybody. We've come to the end of the week. This is Friday the 19th. So today, basically, we want to look at what we have been looking for Monday. Let's see how our charts moved and whatever we said, so that we see if the price actually went the way we said, or there are changes that we ought to have made at the beginning. So we'll start off with the symbol on our screen. This is USD, Euro USD. From 15th, this was Monday. There was an impulsive move to the upper side. The price moved up to some level here. This was the highest high we've seen this week. Then there was this correction, like everything it gained on Monday, it lost it on Tuesday, and then there was another correction even further to the lower side, and then there was also another correction to the lower side. As I'm speaking now, we actually expect price to continue to the left. So if you can see exactly whatever is happening here, you can see that every time the price attempts to get up, starting from Monday, there's this big attempt to go up. A candle appeared which corrected it massively. Then the next day also the same thing happened. The price attempted to go up, but it was corrected massively. This was the correction. Then the price continued down, and then we had the same correction. It was here. So even now as we're speaking, you can still see that this a similar candle is currently forming. Just look at how perfect this was yesterday. There was this attempt to go up, there was a pin bar, everything pointing upwards. Then the price closed down. It continued down, it came back up, there was a pin bar for upwards, then it closed. It's closing down. So if the current hour candle can close the way it is now, then we expect price to actually break below this level, because from the past we've seen that every time the price corrects itself, it ends up below the low of the previous day. Like from this point, it was lower, and even today we expect it to be lower. So what should happen now is for this candle to close below the low of the previous candle. We want icing, like from this was on Tuesday. This red candle closed below the low of the previous one. On Wednesday, the same red candle closed below the low of the previous one. On Thursday, which was yesterday, the price closed below the low of yesterday. And then right now we expect the same thing to happen. We want the current candle to close below the low of yesterday. If that happens, then expect price to continue much lower. So as it is now, we're basically waiting to see what will happen today. I mean this hour. If the price closes below, we look for a sell. The next chart, we have GBP USD. GBP USD so far, this is from Monday. This is what has been happening. The price moved up, and then there was this massive correction, and then we had some consolidation. There was massive consolidation. So as you can see, the price went down, continued to consolidate, and then it went down. This candle here came as high as this point, but ended up closing below. Then it continued downward. So this is still a sign that we are still sellers. So basically just expect price to descend below this level, 1.24110. If the price can break successfully below that point, then that will give us the ideal place where we want to look for a sell from. As it is now, we are still sellers. We're basically just waiting for price to either pull back slightly, then give us a sell signal, or it should break below the level which I've mentioned, 1.24110, so that we continue looking for a sell. The next chart, USD JPY. We have this here, and then you also have this. So this is like a shape after the consolidation we had previously. The pair is now even consolidating much further. So expect either a break beyond the upper trend line, then a retracement so that you can continue up, or a break below and then a retracement so that you can continue to the last. So as it is now, we're basically just waiting for price around this point. here. If the price breaks above the upper trend line, expect it to go up to 107.219 or 107.2629, which is this level. So the next chart we look at Brent oil. This is upwards, and I'm going to add an indicator other than the lines I'm drawing now. I'm going to add an indicator to try and explain exactly what we expect to be happening. We have the alligator indicator. You can see this is pointing upwards, and then the next indicator I'm going to add is the ADX, average directional movement index. So this is 21 period ADX, and then the alligator has the default setting, so there's nothing much to be changed other than the further to change the time frame, I mean the period for the ADX. As you can see, this is upwards. The ADX is showing us a buy. The other indicator, the alligator, is showing us the same thing, which is an upward position. So expect price to continue to the upper side as long as it is held above this level. Expect it to continue much higher. So you should be waiting for maybe retracements or pullbacks so that you can look for positions, and all those positions must be pointing upwards. So let's see what we have on our next chart. We'll look at gold. We'll look at gold. Gold is still consolidating. There is no clear direction on this one. So basically with this, let's see if you can get some good trend lines. We have so this is like some expanding wedge formation where the upper one acts as a resistance and the lower one acts as a support, and as it is now, the price is actually approaching the one at the top, which means this should give us the ideal place to look for a sell from. If the price comes to this trend line but does not break beyond it, then that will be the best place we want to sell from. On the daily chart, we still have the same thing. There's still a similar consolidation. We had the entire zone. It has not been broken just yet. So if you are trading this symbol, be very careful. Expect price to break beyond any. If the price goes above this line 1748.34, then that should be the ideal place where we want to pick a buy from. The last chart to look at today, we look at SP500. Nothing much is happening. As you can see, yesterday's candle closed just around the same place where it opened. This was an indecision candle. We had a pin bar indecision, so we are waiting to see what will happen today. If the current green candle closes above the high of the previous one, then this could be a continuation sign to the upper side. But if it closes below the low of the previous one, then that would mean we are now sellers, and you should pick a sell up to this point, 3004.1, and if you take a buy up to 3234.0. so these are the levels to look for, 3004.1 or 3234.9. so thank you very much, and that should be the end of today's webinar. We'll meet again on Monday the 7th. Thank you. See you.